is Steve Munson, and I am the Civil War Guru. And today I'm down here at the historic Battles of the Western Theater Museum in Bardstown, Kentucky, the bourbon capital of the world. And in front of us, it almost takes my breath away. This is two famous Kentuckians. So let's get on there. This is father and son. All right, we're gonna walk up. I got the case opened up. We're gonna give us a real personal tour of this deal. There's the uniform of Simon Bolivar Buckner, as in General Simon Bolivar Buckner of Kentucky. Great general. And after the war, he was governor of Kentucky. And we're gonna review his artifacts a little bit. There's his bodacious field jacket, his boots, and we're coming down. You know, his got a couple swords here. We're gonna get up on one. There's his general collar boards. They didn't wear a lot of general collar boards because of snipers. They normally would go as high as colonel. This is a beautiful, magnificent Leech and Rigdon sword out of Memphis. And we're gonna go over here. Here is a pair of Leech and Rigdon, again, Memphis, Tennessee. Spurs. There's a picture of an 1840 officer's sword. Let's just come on up. There's this killer kepi. His gauntlets, his, of course, bourbon flask. He's from Kentucky. And let's drop down here. This is Lamont revolver. Killer. Smoking pipe. He didn't like smoked tobacco. There's a little bust of him. Fantastic. And then here is what they call an imperial. And it's got so much glare on it. Let's see if I can hide enough we get it. And there he is in Louisville, Kentucky. His photograph was taken in Louisville in the beginning of the war, 1861. And he was head of the Kentucky state troops prior to the Civil War. He's holding his sword that I just showed you. All right, this guy was fabulous. Like I say, governor of Kentucky after the war, Mumfordsville, Kentucky. And now we're gonna go to his son, 3-star general. Now here's his 1920 uniform. And we're gonna go right here. There he is. I get the glare out of it. There he is wearing it. One of his business cards. This guy was so famous. He was commander of the Aleutian Islands to extricate the Japanese that landed on the American Aleutian Islands. During World War II, they did a cartoon, comic book of him. And this guy was all over the place. Pictures of him there. And I've got to mention that. There's this cover hat. A Navy man calls it cover. And here is this guy invented for the state of Kentucky and printed it, the famous mint julep drink that's featured at the races, Churchill Downs, Derby. And here is his silver service set, his son. Now remember, this is the son of the general, who's also general. When he got married in Louisville, Kentucky. And these are all engraved. And he got married, and right next door to my grandmother's. And I'm sure she went to the wedding. They were friends. And then he got killed. He was the only 3-star general in the Pacific to get killed. The day of the victory on the Battle of Okinawa. There's the Chicago Daily. And we got his combat boots, his hat. There's the ribbons that he won. his pre-war campaign hat. And I love this guy. I talked to him years ago when he was alive. That was a corporal who was the bodyguard of him. And there he was when he was featured in Time magazine. And we got two father and sons. We got General Buckner here and General Benjamin Franklin Cheatham, Army of Tennessee, and his son, World War I hero. But I'm just scanning back. But this is another one of the fabulous groupings down here at the Battles of the Western Theater. So come down and visit us. We're 35 miles south of Louisville. Remember, children are free. So come down and have an historical day. So from the Civil War Guru, signing off.